Hi everyone, I'm back today with the first installment of a Prismacoloring tutorial series of videos that I'm going to be doing, and this first video is just a basic supply list, okay? So I have done videos in the past on Prismacoloring and the supplies and things, but I have been coloring for a good 2 years now, and I have actually tried some of the supplies that I had said in my other videos were okay to use, and I have changed my opinion on those items, so I wanted to do an updated video of that first and foremost. For those of you who are interested, I've gotten a ton of requests to do more Prismacoloring videos, and so I'm hoping to start off with this one today. And I really don't know how often I will be doing tutorials, but I'm really hoping to get through the entire series in the next few weeks. So I will go ahead and begin. So obviously the first thing that you will need is some Prismacolor pencils. And I have this pack. It's the pack of 72, and I believe I got this on eBay, but you could get these at Michael's or Joann's or whatever and have like a coupon and get a really great deal on these. This is the pack that I use. Obviously, the more the merrier. If you don't have that many, that's fine, but if you're planning on following the series, you may or may not run into a color that you might not have that I do. So I will list each color that I use in each video, and obviously, I mean, it's a YouTube video, so you can refer back to it as much as you need to. So if I do a video and you find that you don't have a color that I use, it will be listed in the description below, and you can run and grab. That's what's nice about Prisma, is you can run and just grab one color if you don't have it. So, but this is the pack that I use. And then the next, one of the two most important things, well, I guess three, because you will need to use Prismacolor brand and not the cheaper like Crayola or whatever. The next most important supply that you will need is Gamsol. Now, I did mention in previous videos I use Gamsol, but it's okay to use, it's a Michael's brand. It's called Odorless Paint Thinner, and I had said that in previous videos that you can use that. I have since tried that, and it does not work the same at all. So if you're going to start Prismacoloring, or if you have started and you're not getting the results that you're wanting, get Gamsol brand. It is 100% pure odorless mineral spirits. Now, the odorless paint thinner at Michael's does say the exact same thing on the back. It says 100% pure odorless mineral spirits, but it does not work the same at all. So if you want best results, get Gamsol. I purchased this small bottle. It's a 2-ounce bottle on eBay, and I believe it came with an emery board and a blending stump, and I'll show you those items in a minute. I really like it because it has this little dauber top, and it's just nice compact size. I believe it was about $8 to $10 with including shipping for this on eBay. But you can also get a larger quantity at Dick Blick Art Supplies online. I believe it's just dickblick.com. I'll make sure and put it in the description below. But so I've been getting that because I've been coloring for so long. I think I've only had to refill this 2 times in the last 2 years, and I color really frequently, okay? So it does last quite a bit, or quite a while. But I just refill this bottle with the larger bottle that I got from Dick Blick, because the bottle that comes from Dick Blick, it's like one of those tin containers, right? So I just refill this, okay? So that's the second most important thing. Prismacolor brand, Gamsol brand. Now the third most important thing is the paper that you use. Now, I've tried several papers, and there are only 2 that I like, okay? I will list off the ones that I have tried and dislike. I have tried Copic Express Cardstock, which I've heard is excellent for Copic coloring, but I do not recommend it at all for Prismacoloring. The reasoning is because the paper is super slick. What I mean by slick is, you know how photo paper, it's very slick compared to just a regular cardstock. Copic Express cardstock is very slick, and it's very thick, meant to, you know, it's meant to be that way for Copic coloring. It's a marker paper. Now, when you're using Prismacolors, you have wax from the colored pencil, and the Gamsol breaks down the wax from the pencil and helps you to blend colors together. That is the purpose of it. So, but when you have such a slick surface, it kind of just moves the wax around. It doesn't soak into the paper and different things like that. So I do not recommend Copic Express It, Nina, or Gina K. Now, if you've been using these and you're getting results that you like, that you're happy with, by all means continue. But these are just my personal preferences and recommendations. So the only two papers that I've tried out of all of those that I like are the CC Designs Copic Quality Cardstock, and you can only find it at allthatscraps.com. I will put a link below for that. And right now I know they're out of it, but they were supposed to be restocking this week. So the other paper that I like is the Paper Tray ink. It's the Stamper Select White Cardstock, and it comes with 40 sheets, and it's $6. So if you're ordering from Paper Tray Ink, I highly recommend just grabbing a package of this, because it's a really great deal. You get a lot for your money. 40 sheets is a ton. So it does, and I use it not only for coloring but for card bases and stuff like that, and it still lasts me quite a while. So I highly recommend this or the CC Designs. The CC Designs is probably my all-time favorite. It works the best for me, and I believe you get 10 sheets in a pack, and it's about $3. So it's a little bit more expensive, but it's the best that I've tried so far. I've tried, like I said, I tried those other papers. I even tried like the cheap Walmart Georgia Pacific paper. I didn't like that either. It just didn't blend the colors how I liked. Okay, so Paper Tray Ink, Stamper Select White Cardstock, or CC Designs Copic Quality Cardstock. Now the CC Designs comes in two weights. You can either get 80 pound or 110 pound. Either one works fine. I prefer one over the other for two reasons. I prefer the 110 pound if I'm going to be cutting my image out with a nestability, because it's thicker and it really looks nice when you do the embossing around the edge with your nestabilities. But if I'm going to be fussy cutting my image out, I will use the 80 pound because it's thinner and it's a lot easier to cut out. So, but either one works. It's really up to you. Okay, so paper, Gamsol, Prismacolors. The other thing that you will need are some blending stumps. Now there's two different types. You'll find a blending stump like this. It's double-ended at Michael's. They have them in the art supply section. You'll find them where the Prismacolors and all that kind of stuff are. And it's double-ended, like I said. And basically this is rolled up paper, essentially, is what it is. So that's a blending stump. It comes in a multi-pack of several different sizes. The other type is called a blending tortillion, and as you can see, it's a lot shorter than the other, and it's hollow at the end. Okay, so that's a tortillion. Either one works perfectly fine. The tortillions you can find at Joann's. These you can find at Michael's. I've never purchased these online, so I really don't know. I would assume that Dick Blick would also have them. If they have the Gamsol, they're most likely to have the blending stumps. But yeah, either one works. Obviously this is double-ended, so you can get kind of double use out of it. But yeah, tortillions, blending stumps, either one works perfectly fine. Okay, and what I prefer to do, I have this little basket full of all these different colors. Each one of these is a different color, and so I just reuse them. Now if you are limited on them, or if, you know, maybe you only bought a small pack of them or something like that, then you'll need to clean them off each time you change. So each time you change a color, you would have to clean it off. And what you would use to do that is just a simple little emery board. Okay, now I just have these little ones. You could use a bigger one, it doesn't matter. You can also use sandpaper if that's all you have. It works the same. Basically, what you would do is take your blending stump, and you can see, I'll show you the red side, it's a little easier to see. So there's some red on there, and you're just going to kind of shave it off, and you'll just continue to do that until all the color is gone and this is white again. And you'll want to do it so that it comes to a point also, because in these tiny little spaces that you're coloring, you're going to want a nice tip to be able to color those in without going outside of the lines as much as possible. Okay, so I recommend getting an emery board, sandpaper, or whatever you have. Emery boards work best. Okay, so you will need that. The other thing that you will need is a colored pencil sharpener. Now I recommend getting, I have the Prismacolor brand, which I feel is probably the best for using with Prismacolor pencils, but if you can just find one that's specifically for colored pencils, that is what you need, because colored pencils and regular pencils are not created equal. Okay, so in that right, the pencil sharpeners for each are also made differently. So this is just a small little bullet shaped pencil sharpener. It's really nice and compact. And the reason that I recommend this is because Prismacolors, or most colored pencils, when the lead is put into the barrel, it's only adhered at the end of the barrel. With a pencil, with a regular just pencil, it's adhered all the way down the barrel. Okay, so when you go to sharpen your pencil, it's not going to stay intact. It's going to break off. Okay. Okay, and then there's two other little things. Just really quickly, get a white eraser. Now I'm just using this one on this mechanical pencil, but I recommend getting like the cheapo white erasers for if you do go outside of the lines or something like that. You can erase it before you blend it. You can erase it, and the whites erasers work the best for that. Okay, and then one other thing that I do use quite a bit is this Copic Multiliner. It's the 0.05, and this is not technically for coloring, but if I stamp an image and the image kind of misstamps in an area, rather than restamping it, I might just touch it up a little bit. Or if I'm creating a scene, such as a sidewalk or something like that, I will use this to draw that into the image. Okay, so those are all of the supplies that I recommend having. You wouldn't need the Copic Multiliner if you didn't want to. Obviously you could use something else, but I like it because if you're going to be, say I drew a sidewalk with it, if I color in the sidewalk with my gray, it's not going to bleed, it's not going to blend the color out from the Copic. Okay, so I believe that's all of the supplies that I have recommendations for, and I will be doing my first coloring video very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so thank you all for watching, and links are in the description bar below for all the supplies I listed here, and thanks again. Bye.